Hello and welcome to Elite Rounders Game Theory series. Today we are going to continue the previous week's probe turn series, and so this is the part 2. And today we will have a little bit different board because I think it's so important to identify at least few different boards, what to talk about, how to react on these boards. So similar situation, button opens 100 big blinds deep and we defend from the big blind. Again, flop comes 9-7-4, and this is actually more typical situation where people might have more checkbacks. So it's probably more, this is a situation which will happen way more often than on ace 8 deuce or whatever the example was last week. So here we see the button checks, and now, what do you do as a big blind when the board is 9-7-4 deuce? 2 flush draws, what sort of bet sizes we should use? That's what we are trying to figure out here. So first thing, Snowy would prefer here half pot. So we can look at a little bit difference between difference between different bet sizes. Snowy doesn't really like here 25% bet because again, if the turn was maybe 6 or 8, I assume 25% would be used more. But even then, maybe it's only half pot. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, we could start with half pot and look at what we could bet here, half pot size. So we start with basically any 9x is going to be bet here. As you see, any 9x is just valuable bet. Same with queen 7, jack 7, 10 7, 8 7. So even second pair is pro betting here. Any 7x is pro betting. Basically any 7 9 is probing. So it's very high, but I don't see too many naked throws here. What's the game plan with the throws then? That's kind of interesting. So we check fours, deuces. We check 100%. This is interesting. Very interesting. 9-4. So we do check some of the 2-pair combos, maybe to check raise or something. 7-4. So we do still try to protect our range a little bit with these 2-pair combos. I guess like if the villain checks back flop, we are not too scared with these 2-pair combos that it gets counterfeited or something. But I assume this will just go to check raise. So even 4x is checking here with the half pot bet size, deuce x. Even deuce x is checking, so it's kind of interesting. So ace jack, okay. So let's look at like pot size. What should we bet with pot size? And here again, any 2-pair obviously, easy bets. Any great top pair like ace 9, king 9, queen 9, jack 9, 10 9, 9 8 especially. 9-8 especially with the flush draw, because again you want to bet hands which has extra value to make better hand, which means you can value bet huge on river if you hit it. So something like ace 3 would bluff. So here for example ace 3 would be good, no showdown value. Queen 10 of queen 10 suited, queen 10 of spades, queen 8 of hearts and spades, so a lot of queen high. Again, no showdown value probably. Jack 10 makes quite clear bluff. Pretty much every jack 10. 10 8. So now we see actually quite a lot of throws. With the half pot bet, we don't have that many throws. I guess we don't expect to have that many folds to half pot bet on this turn. So it makes sense. We prefer maybe a little bit bigger, even though Snowy is preferring here half pot. This is kind of interesting. So king 9 here pot. So based on this, like what should we bet here? Like 2x pot. So we could still go 70% here, betting like fours instead of deuces, 9-7, 9-4, 9 deuce, 9 deuce, 7-4. But what you will notice with 200% bet, so we bet like double the pot obviously. So you see that the hands are a bit better. There's not so many trashy hands. Like for example, the worst 9 we bet is like 9-8, I guess. And if you bet half pot, you can bet like 9-3 or even every 7x. So it's kind of nice to use like huge size with the great hands and some good draws, but you don't really use this sizing with very marginal draws or something. It's mostly great draws and great hands which are looking for a lot of value, like hands you can probably shove river. But yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. So we could change this turn still to, like we talk about, maybe like 8 of diamonds. Is that like turn we could probe like smaller size? It's not really higher, 16%. It's more like we should bet bigger on this turn. So small size I think could work as population as well. I don't hate it, to be honest, because I think population might have so many folds here on this turn. Just all their ace high, basically, king high. They do have a lot of hands they would call too, but I don't hate it. But looking at this, like pot size would be betting, would bet 43%, which is very high frequency. So any jack 10 now, 10-6. There's so many value hands here, and it is true, we have so many 2-pair combos here. And again, as you know, this like the more you have value combos, the more you can bet hands, and this is just, you just have insane amount of value hands, as you can see, like jack 10, 6-5, 9-8, 9-7, 7-4, 4-8. Like there's so many value combos, and even top pairs are still betting pot here just to deny equity, I assume, and just value betting 10-9, jack 9. So jack 6, 9-6. So again, it's good to remember that basically always when you have like extra equity as well with the bet, it's good to bet. Meaning like equity in a way that if you improve, you can again make a big bet. Maybe you don't want to bet 9 deuce because like it can't really improve to a way better hand that you even want to bet huge, right? Like, even though I'm sure 9 deuce is now probably here because I said that. but either way, 9 deuce with a flush draw is there, yes. Which makes sense again. Because if you hit the flush, now you can bet, I don't know, pot size over the pot on river if you hit that. So it's pretty nice to bet. So again, it's good to remember that on turn, especially when you have a hand which can improve, it's very profitable just to bet on turn. And if you improve, you keep betting. If you don't, you probably check and take it to showdown. But yeah, this was just a couple of examples. I think that's why I like the probe turn theory, because like it's so complicated in a way, and there's so many different boards, so many different turns, and it's really fun to look at different boards, what to do, what sizes to use. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm sure we will make more probe turn videos from different positions. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and see you again.